What's up, everybody? It's Why We Love Horror Trivia. I am JWMaher. That's Aaron Brooks. Hey, we're trying to determine who's going to be the next number one contender in our team's division. But before we get to that action, how you feeling, Aaron?
I'm excited to be here. We got a somewhat of a debut match, a semi-debut match. I guess this is a debut teams match for one of these teams. And then we have one of the original teams from this section of this segment of the Why We Love Horror Trivia with Hail Paimon versus From the Book of Henry. Very excellent team name. Henry might not be with us in this league any longer by his own choice, but he still lives on with the Book of Henry.
He left amicably. I want everybody to know he did not embarrass himself on camera and get thrown out of the league. He's just taking a break. So we'll see you soon, Henry. Maybe. But let's bring in those guys, those paying tribute to Henry. It's Austin Pezhel and Brandon Dunlap from the Book of Henry. How you guys doing today?
Not too bad.
Doing all right. Miss you, Henry.
Yeah. My partner decided to quit the internet, so I got a new partner.
Behind the scenes, I kind of just asked these guys to be partners because Brandon's partner also on hiatus because she's acting. So we'll wait for her. We'll wait for her to stop.
She's keeping
acting.
us up busy.
We'll wait for her to stop acting and come back, and we'll wait for Henry to stop doing whatever he's doing and come back. And we'll make Rose team with Henry, which I'm sure will be great. But
I can only imagine how that would go.
Without further ado, they're partners, mainstays of this league. Constant threats. Kerry Webb, Chad Webb. Hail Paimon. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Is that it?
That's some chatting.
Oh my God, guys! They just come in here and yap.
Yeah. Always excited to play with my wife and playing two great guys. So I'm excited to have some fun.
Well, 3 rounds of teams horror trivia. First round is always in teams. The whiteboard round. Prior to the match, both sides drafted 4 categories, and I wrote 8. Actually, Aaron also helped out. So we wrote 8 1-point questions in the order they were drafted. All players have 15 seconds per question. They have to answer on their whiteboards. Then I'll call time. Put your pens down. I'll call on you one at a time. You'll show your answer. You'll say your answer. Correct answers are worth 1 point. No penalty for incorrect answers. If you get all 8 questions correct, there's a nice bonus question. And for the duration of the match, both teams, 4 repeats and a challenge. Let's get started with round number 1, question number 1, which is in everyone's favorite franchise, the Scream franchise. What do Tara and Sam shove Ghostface into before fleeing into the bodega in Scream 6?
Okay. You're at the bodega right now. You got $20 because, it's 2025 now. You can't walk in with a 10. What do you get?
What do I get? Probably like a C4, a bag of beef jerky, and a pack of gum.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, shoot. Repeat. Oh, shit. Never mind. I don't know if I got it in time.
Sorry, you didn't. Sorry. Carrie, go ahead.
Can she hear us?
Carrie?
I think she's ignoring us.
What's your answer?
It's not a speed round, Carrie.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I know.
Did you write something?
Yeah. Sorry.
You can't write.
I can't write anymore.
I'm sorry. Just
okay.
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah. We're not going
to
know
the answer anyway.
It's okay. We're not going to accept the answer. No worries here, Austin. I don't know why I took over this question. Sorry.
Just said a cooler door.
Go back.
A cooler door.
Chad.
And I said trash can.
And Brandon.
See, I misread the question. I thought it was what they shoved into before, coming out of the bodega, but I misread it, and so I put shelf because I got it mixed up.
They before they run into the bodega, they shove them into a bike rack full of bicycles.
Yeah, I realized at the last minute I read it wrong, and I asked for it. That's why I had to repeat. And I missed it. So
all right, that was the warm-up question. On to the first question. This is a 7-round question round. Final destination. What horror regular plays Agent Ween in Final Destination? Agent Ween. I know.
Ween. Like Wiener.
Right.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. He's a horror regular.
This guy's just a regular in general.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him? 5.
He's still around.
Is he? 3,
Yeah.
2. Okay. What's he been in? 1. Don't say. 0. Austin.
I said Daniel Roebuck.
All right. And Chad.
I know the face, couldn't pull the name.
All right. And Brandon.
Daniel Roebuck.
All right, Carrie.
I didn't have it.
He played Santa in Terrifier 3. Daniel Roebuck.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
All right.
Chicago character actor.
There you go.
Speaking of people that love character actors, Rob Zombie. Blinded by the Light by Manfred Mann's Earth Band and The Spirit of Radio by Rush appear on what Rob Zombie film's soundtrack?
Do you remember Rob Zombie's Cribs episode from like 20 years ago?
I never got into Cribs. I've seen clips
Oh,
of
man,
Cribs.
it's awesome. He has like a giant closet of laser discs. He spends like 10 minutes of his Cribs lecturing about why laser discs are so important.
I didn't watch a lot of Cribs, but I did see the Rob Zombie episode. It's pretty sick.
It's nuts. It's almost as good as Mariah Carey's episode.
3, 2, 1. Chad
I went with the Lords of Salem.
and Brandon
I went with Halloween too.
and Carrie
I said Lords of Salem.
and Pez.
I also said Lords of Salem.
Lords of Salem is correct. Great. You know,
Ah.
it does take place at a radio station.
It's a radio rock station, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I figured.
3-2. Going into question 4. Mike Flanagan. How many total people are killed during the events of Hush? You know,
It's
this
a
one.
kill count question.
Yeah, exactly. This won't, really date this video. We're always worried about doing that, aren't we? No one cares. I went and saw the new Mike Flanagan movie at the Movie Unseen with AMC on Mondays. Thank you. We're not sponsored yet. AMC sponsor us.
Is that like the mystery movie they do or something like that?
Yeah.
Regal. It was the Regal mystery movie. It was very good.
Pens down. Go ahead. Call him out, Aaron.
And we're going to Brandon to start.
Me? I did 3 people. I remember it wasn't a lot.
Carrie?
3.
All right. And Pez.
I said 1.
And Chad.
3.
When in doubt, 3 it out. 3 is the answer here.
The 2 neighbors and the bad guy all died.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
Moving on to the 1980s. You'll find the magazine Particle in what 1980s sci-fi horror film?
We have come across my contribution in the round, everybody. So take a drink if you're playing along at home.
I wrote this question. But that's okay, Aaron. I know it feels like you wrote this question, but you didn't.
Which one did I write?
I don't think you wrote.
Wow.
You wrote.
Turns out I did not contribute to round 1, everybody.
You wrote part of the round 1 for the next match. I know that. This is all.
Yes, I did.
These are all John originals.
Cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carrie
I said The Fly.
I guess
and Pez
I also said The Fly.
and Chad
No, I guess the Videodrome.
and Brandon.
I think I'm feeling they're right. I put Shocker.
If you said The Fly, you're correct. It was The Fly.
Nice.
They spoke
Good job, Austin.
All right. Question number 6, also written by John in 1960s. Who directed Blood in Black Lace?
A banger.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, was that one movie? Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was favorite movies.
There is a movie called Blood, but this is just Blood and Black.
Yes,
Lace.
this is one movie. Blood in Black Lace is the
Sorry.
film.
This is like, never mind. I'm sorry.
That kind of hurt a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But at least you watched Scream for the 55th time.
And I got my Scream 6 question wrong. So, yeah, there you go.
2. It was all worth it. 1. All right. Fez.
I just said Herschel Lewis. I think that's a name.
All right. That is, I think it's a name. Chad?
Yeah.
I was between 2. I went with Dario Argento.
That's the other one. Brandon?
Considering I didn't get the title right, I wasn't going to get the director right. So, nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why it came to you. Carrie?
I said Roger Corman.
Everybody hates me. Mario Bava.
Oh, I almost
Mario
went.
With
Bava.
that too. Oh my god.
Almost went with that. God damn
A
it.
really good movie as well. One of the original Giallos. Anyways, I'll get off my
yeah.
high horse now.
Gonna go over to movie release dates. What year saw the releases of Terrifier and The Autopsy of Jane Doe?
You can only keep one of these movies forever, and including the movies that following it. Which one are you keeping? The Terrifier series or Autopsy of Jane Doe?
That sucks. I have to get rid of The Autopsy of Jane
Yeah,
Doe.
you
but
do.
I feel like I'd hurt too many people's feelings if I got rid of Terrifier. Like,
You know,
all these Einstein Kills fans.
I'll keep Jane Doe. Brian Cox was amazing in that movie.
He was.
And Emil Hirsch. Why not? That doesn't give away anything. They could be in a movie from any time period.
3,
1920s.
1. Pens down. We're at Chad.
I went with 2011.
And Brandon.
I think I'm thinking of the wrong movie, but I put 2010.
And Carrie.
Oh, I said 2017.
And Pez.
So 2016.
The movie release dates guy got the movie release dates
You're all
question
over
right.
the
That is
place.
2016 is the correct year.
Hey, good job, buddy.
All right. And the final question of the round.
Here's your social question.
Oscars. What weapon does Annie use to break Paul's ankles in Misery? Well, I mean, this is like
A feel-good movie.
probably in my top 125 horror movies of all time.
All right.
Not the 100, but it's just outside there. And with how much Annie is referenced in every great horror performance ever, it seems like the latest one, Bring Her Back. This movie gets brought up every time it's a good movie. 5, 4. This movie rules. 3,
I loved Bring Her Back, by the way.
1. Bring Her Back was very good. Brandon.
Sledgehammer.
All right. And Carrie.
Sledgehammer.
All right. And Pez.
Sledgehammer.
And Chad.
Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer. All right. 8-7 coming out of round 1.
We got a 1-point game here. It's a barn burner. We're gonna move on to round
Henry in the lead.
number 2. It's the wheel round. All 8 of those categories from round 1 are now on the wheel. The players in the lead, that being the Funny Book of Henry, get to choose the order of play. Both teams will get one side to spin. When it's your turn to spin, you can spin the wheel. You can take the category you land on and utilize one respin. Between those 2 spins, you get a category. In that category, you get 5 2-point questions. If you don't know the answer right away, multiple choice is available for you. Question then becomes worth 1 point, though. If you get the question wrong at any point in time, your opponent can steal for the current point value of the question. I'm going to give you 2 repeats of the options on top of all your other repeats. And since this is teams, please say final answer after you're done discussing. All right. Let's bring that wheel in, and we'll see who goes first. Categories on the wheel today. The Scream franchise, the Final Destination franchise, Rob Zombie directed, Mike Flanagan directed, the 1980s as a decade, the 1960s as a decade, movie release dates, and Oscars. Brandon, Pez, you want to spin first or defer?
I say we go first, Pez, because we're only 1 up right now. What do you think?
Yeah, it's whatever you want to do. I'm fine with that. Let's go.
First. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
And you get Robert Zombie the first. Would you like to take him or try a different category?
That's up to you, buddy. You're going to be more the Rob Zombie guy than I am.
I know. I didn't get a chance to really go back and study for it, though.
You want to respin or no?
Yeah, let's respin.
They're good. Dracula the wheel.
Yeah. Let's just see if we can get something better.
Burn to the witches.
Looks like Rob Zombie
All right,
will
so
not,
the fate is settled.
All right.
The
You're
fate
taking
is
it.
settled.
he will
Yes.
not go down without a fight.
All right. I have a rule. When there's no chance of Scream questions, I jump on it. So I'll take these questions.
Aaron, you want to read him these Rob Zombie
I
questions?
sure would.
All
Let's
right.
go ahead with Robert Zombie questions, gentlemen. First question, you can go down to multiple choice, as you know, for 1 point. In what decade is 31 set?
Brandon, I believe it's in the 70s. I think it's set in like 76. I think
You would know better than I would, buddy. I'm down with that.
I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot it. 70s.
That's correct for 2 points.
And make sure you say final answer.
Final
I know that was your final answer, but
Understood.
that's fine. I know.
Understood.
All right, question number 2. What is Captain Spaulding's real first name in the Firefly trilogy? Answer multiple in 5. 4,
Cutter, final answer.
3. Connor?
Cutter, final answer.
Incorrect. Over to Hale Paimon for the 2-point steal. What is Captain Spaulding's real first name in the Firefly trilogy?
They didn't do us any favors here. Not going multiple choice. Do you have any idea, Carrie?
No.
I was just thinking Robert, but that's because it's the director's name.
Go
It's
for
probably
it.
not Robert Spaulding. You want to go for that?
Do it.
Robert. Final answer.
That is a multiple choice option, but that is incorrect. The answer is John.
Oh.
Simple.
Jeez. All right.
I do kind of remember reading that now. I do kind of remember reading that now.
Cutter is his nickname though, so Pez was like Pez. At least
Yeah,
said
no,
it.
I was just trying to remember the dial. They might have said it in 3 from Hell, like a
I
news
knew
report or
I knew I
something.
heard that.
I can't
somewhere.
remember.
And question 3: in Lords of Salem, which number apartment in the complex is vacated?
Again, it's just going to be a number, Brandon. So I'm just going to shoot a gut shot here and
Sure.
not give them multiple choice.
Yep.
I'm going to say number 5. Final answer.
God damn it!
That's a good answer because that is correct for 2 points.
You knew that one too.
Sounds like
Yeah.
Chad knew it.
All right. Question number. You good, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Question number 4: how does the gang leader Aquarius die at the conclusion of 3 from Hell?
He is set on fire. Immolation. Final answer.
English.
That's correct for 2 points.
Jeez.
I didn't know what you'd accept. He was set on
No,
fire.
he-
Immolation. Something.
Set
to
on
that
fire is
degree.
fine.
We'll
Yeah.
take that. And the final question: what Rob Zombie regular plays the Count, Lily's father, in The Munsters?
Oh, that is a Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the guy's name.
God, I can't believe that's after that movie.
This one I'm going to go multiple on this
Yeah,
one, Brandon.
go
That's
for
all
it.
right.
Yep,
Let's
that's
go
cool.
multiple this one. Yeah.
Multiple choice options are A. Jeff Daniel Phillips, B. Daniel Roebuck, C. Richard Brake, D. Clint Howard.
Dude, was it Daniel Roebuck?
No, he's the grandpa. I think it's Richard Brake.
That's who they're talking about. It's Lily's dad.
Right.
He's the Count.
4.
Then
Repeat.
go repeat.
All right.
Yeah.
Your options are repeat or full repeat or options?
Just
Just the options.
options is fine.
A. Jeff Daniel Phillips, B. Daniel Roebuck, C. Richard Brake, D. Clint Howard.
Because the Count is Lily's father.
Okay.
That's the grandpa.
Right.
I just didn't know if they asked 2 robot questions.
3, 2.
Daniel Roebuck, final answer.
That is correct.
I would have
Yeah,
gotten
okay.
that too,
That's
guys.
what I would have said, but I didn't know if you guys were
Yeah,
asking
I know.
two robot questions. 2 robot questions in
I
one
was-
match. I was
I
like,
was thinking the same thing.
okay.
Yeah.
We had 2 Graham Revell questions in one match.
Yeah,
Okay.
it happens, but they didn't say final answer, so that's why they were able to keep confirming there. So
All right, let's bring the
15.
wheel back in.
yeah, 15 to 7.
Not too bad, Brandon. No, we did all right. Not
That
too
is
Thank you.
that's what I have as well.
That was mainly you, buddy, but thank you.
bad. That's all
Chad
good.
and Terry, here's your first spin. You get the 1960s. You want to keep that or spin again?
I think we spin again. What do you think, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, here's your second spin. The Final Destination.
Thank God.
Nice. Awesome.
All right, we can get rid of this guy altogether now. All right. All right, Chad and Carrie, I'll ask you these Final Destination questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
In Final Destination, what song does Alex notice is playing while they're in the bathroom prior to the flight to Paris?
Is that Rocky Mountain High, Carrie? Rocky Mountain High. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. How is George seen trying to kill himself when Nick and Lori barge in on him in the Final Destination?
Is he trying to hang himself?
I think so.
Do you want to go for 2?
Yeah.
Trying to hang himself. Final answer.
That is correct. Your third question. What was Wendy's job with the yearbook in Final Destination 3?
I mean,
Was
it's
she?
probably photographer.
Yeah, because she was actually taking the pictures. I was going to say editor, but I think you're right, actually, because she has the pictures.
Photographer.
Go ahead.
Photographer. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points.
Excuse me.
Your fourth question. Who composed the score for the Final Destination?
Brian Tyler, right?
Yeah, I think it's transferred over by then.
I think so. Brian Tyler. Final answer.
We are all tied up. Brian Tyler is
Oof.
correct.
They're running ram shots.
They're just plowing through this.
Your final question in Final Destination. How long after the Flight 180 crash is Final Destination 2 set?
I think it's a year.
I thought it was a year too. I'm just trying to figure out if it was like something not as nice. And let's go for a year. Do it.
A year, final answer.
For a clean sweep of the category, 1 year is correct.
Good job, Gary.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Hail Paimon getting their score up to 17 from the Book of Henry at 15. A excellent game, if I do say so myself. We're going to go on to the synopsis round. Prior to the match, both sides chose 3 general horror categories to be placed into a pool, starting with the side that's trailing a category chosen from the pool, removing it for the remainder of the round. A 2-point synopsis will be read from that category. Sides have 15 seconds to identify the movie being described. Play continues with selections being removed from the pool every time somebody selects it. Teams will progress through 2, 3, and 5-point questions. When a trailing side ties or takes the lead, control switches over the other team, and they'll choose their lowest available point question out of the remaining categories. Play ends when I've asked all these questions or one team's mathematically unable to catch up. All right, don't have to preload these. They're already in. So, from the Book of Henry, you can choose your 2-pointer from the 2000s, the 2010s, animal and nature survival, horror comedies, slashers, or supernatural. What would you like for a 2-point question?
Can we go with can we go with one of our non-strengths for 2 points, like 2010s?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, 2010s for 2 points, please.
2010s. We'll take 2010s off the list, and we will pull up 20s. I'll be reading you your questions since Aaron read you those great Rob Zombie questions. Here's your first question. 27 years after their first encounter with the terrifying Pennywise, the Losers Club have grown up and moved away until a devastating phone call brings them back. Name that movie.
It's just It Chapter 2, right?
Chapter 2. Yeah.
It Chapter 2, final answer.
Final answer.
That is It Chapter 2, not just It. That is correct. It Chapter 2. All right. Control's going to go over to Hail Paimon now. They can choose their 2-pointer out of these categories. You have the 2000s, animal and nature survival, horror comedies, slashers, and supernatural. What would you like for 2?
What do you think, Carrie?
I'm not sure. Whatever you think.
Something for a 2, something that we might not be the strongest in. Would you want to go animal or would you want to go like supernatural?
Let's go animal.
All right, Aaron, I'll read you your 2-pointer in animal nature survival. Pale's very upset.
All right. Here we go, Hail Paimon for 2 points. 2 sisters vacationing in Mexico are trapped in a shark cage at the bottom of the ocean. With dwindling oxygen and great white sharks circling nearby, they must fight to survive. Name that movie.
Is it just 47 meters down?
Yep.
47 meters down, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
It is not uncaged.
Mandy Moore is just a revelation of that movie, isn't she? All right, that being said. Going back over to From the Book of Henry, let me delete animal and nature survival up here. The categories you guys can choose from are the 2000s, horror comedies, slashers, and supernatural. What would you like for a 3-pointer?
I'm good with slashers. If you want to take a stab
Yeah,
at it,
let's do slashers. Yeah,
All right,
let's
slashers.
go with that. Yeah.
Slashers for 3. Here we go. On Halloween, friends encounter an extreme attraction that promises to feed on their darkest fears. The night turns deadly as they come to the realization that some nightmares are real. Name that movie.
Is it Hellfest?
Maybe, yeah. It could, yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
a
that
lot
sounds-
like Hellfest to me.
Yeah, it sounds like Hellfest. Yeah.
You want to go with it?
Yeah, let's go with it. Why not?
Right. Hellfest, final answer.
That is incorrect. This is Haunt. Haunt.
Oh,
It
shit.
kind of
All
looks
of
similar.
those movies.
I didn't know there was a slasher movie.
Oh, it's definitely a slasher movie.
Okay,
100%.
okay. All right.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, man. I thought I had that one.
Nah, I wouldn't have pulled Haunt anyway, so it's fine.
We will stick with you guys. Categories remaining. We have the 2000s, horror comedies, and supernatural. What would you like to pick for your 5-pointer?
Maybe comedies. You talked about horror comedies, right?
You want to do horror comedies? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's just roll with that and then give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
All right, your 5-pointer in horror comedies. A fledgling occultist and a random group of worshippers attend a once-in-a-lifetime ritual at their idol Bartok the Great's mansion, unbeknownst that they are part of a summoning ritual. Name that movie.
Oh, wow. That's a mouthful.
Bartok the Great's mansion.
5, 4.
How many extensions do we have? We'll take extension.
Yeah, you have all of them. You
Okay,
have three. You have three
Okay,
left.
let's take an extension.
All right. A fledgling occultist and a random group of worshippers attend a once-in-a-lifetime ritual at their
It's not
idol
Night of the
Bartok the
Demons.
Great's mansion, unbeknownst that they are part of a summoning ritual. Name that movie.
Not Night of the Demons. It's not.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh man.
5, 4.
Repeat.
Okay. A fledgling occultist and a random group of worshippers attend a once-in-a-lifetime ritual at their idol Bartok the Great's mansion, unbeknownst that they are part of a summoning ritual. Name that movie.
It's not Satanic Panic. But she stumbles into that one. Damn. I'm sorry, man. I'm not pulling anything.
No,
All right,
not
final
either.
one.
Let's do
Final
one
one.
more.
Repeat, yeah.
You still have one more after this, too. A fledgling occultist and a random group of
Sorry to drag this out. I
attend
apologize.
a once-in-a-lifetime ritual at their idol Bartok the Great's mansion, unbeknownst that they are part of a summoning ritual. Name that movie.
Bartok the Great. That's sticking out to me so much right now, and I can't pull it.
Yeah. I'm gonna kick myself for it because it sounds familiar.
Oh God.
5.
All right, final one.
Final one.
Yeah.
A fledgling occultist and a random group of worshippers attend a once-in-a-lifetime ritual at their idol Bartok the Great's mansion, unbeknownst that they are part of a summoning ritual. Name that movie.
I don't know.
I'm sorry,
guys.
man.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know either.
I don't know either.
I don't know either.
5, 4.
Good game, y'all.
Night of the Demons. Final answer. I don't know.
And your winner, Hail Paimon. You would definitely have to have seen this movie to know it.
Onyx the Fortuitous.
Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls. Yeah, Bartok the Great. Bartok the Great, played by Jeffrey Combs. A fantastic movie you should check out.
Was that one of those like Fathom event movies that I missed?
Like
a
Sundance.
Yeah.
We'll drop the webs back and we'll talk to from the book. Hey, guys, an extremely strong showing. I hope you guys stay together. It really just was round 3 that undid you guys because you were really going punch for punch with those two.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
No, it's fine. And again, if it's with the synopsis stuff, like if it's a movie I just didn't remember or haven't seen, like I don't beat myself up over that. I really just beat myself up over stuff I should have known or like I have seen or whatever. But if it's something I haven't seen, like I don't like that too much. I didn't see that Onyx movie, so whatever.
With the synopsis around it, it's kind of tough sometimes because a lot of times, like depending on which genre you pick, a lot of the descriptions do sound the same. So you kind of have to just like pay attention to the key points that are in the description that differentiates the answer from everything else that sounds like it. So other than that, I think me and Austin played really well. I definitely give him all the credit for the Rob Zombie round. And what can we do against the webs and just breezing through Final Destination? I
thought I had a good first round. I thought, Rob Zombie wasn't too bad. Like I thought I did all right for what it was. I mean it's all good. They're a good team. So
I like playing with Austin, and I'll play again. And congrats to the webs.
It's our first match, John. So we'll try again with some.
Hell yeah, you guys! I've seen some other first time teams absolutely suck. So you guys did great.
Not too bad. We listened to the third and hung around for a little bit. So that's not too bad.
There you go. For sure.
Yeah, not too bad.
Drop you guys back, bringing today's champions moving forward in the championship picture. Chad and Kerry, guys, really good. Final Destination, you slam dunked every single one of those questions. It was impressive. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Been kind of studying for this. I knew that Pez and Brandon would be really good because they're really good individually. I knew they'd be good together, and they were definitely, that. It's one of those. It's like you said, the Onyx. Like no one has really seen that. Unless you.
It's so good though. It
is really fun. Yeah. It is really fun, especially because Carrie used to listen to his podcast or podcast he was a part of.
And Andrew Bowser, he's a really funny guy. Yeah.
So you just got to know that or not, but it was like neck and neck. I mean, they were in the lead for a little bit, so I was kicking myself over the Mario Bava miss, and then I was like, if I lose by one, but we lucked out big time here.
Yeah, I mean, Final Destination was the category we studied the most for, I think,
Yeah.
and so we lucked out in spinning that.
Yeah. Well, we do know you are moving on. We do know who you'll play next. You are playing the winner of the former champions, the Skeleton Crew, and Never Sober, Somewhat Scary. One of the best players in the league, Luis Boost, and this other guy, Anthony Tisdall, who's riding on his back. Any preference?
What was the other team again? I forget.
The Skeleton Crew is Eric and Jacob.
Oh, I mean, either's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
A rematch with Eric and Jacob would be really fun, but Eric is insane. Like anything you give him, he'll just study really well and then just be as proficient or better than you in that category.
Yeah.
So, but like you said, Luis, who I've met and know, is really great. So it's one of those. I don't know. What do you think, Harry? Who would you rather play?
It would be fun to play either team.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
All right. Well, we'll know the answer to that shortly. But until then, relax, do some light studying, and we'll see you guys back in a few weeks.
Good job.
Congratulations again. Great job. Aaron, a great match, I would think, but you tend to describe it better than me, so go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we had a different team leading for the first couple rounds there. That's always a good sign. Carrie and Chad made those Final Destination questions their girlfriend. And it was a pleasure to write those. And I always I want teams to do well, but if I write a category, I don't want to see 10 points. So I'll try to be more like John in the future and be like, what license plate?
Bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I will not accept this slander on my channel. Whatever.
And then I think Pez and Brandon had great chemistry for their debut.
I agree.
They don't have much to worry about. And I mean, Pez is there's kind of those natural talents I feel like in this league. And Pez is just one of those who kind of just shows up with what he has, which is a ton of natural knowledge and, preps some, but I'm not a slight on him at all. But there's his ability to kind of get those Rob Zombie questions, not preparing for it. And Brandon's always solid. So this is a great game as I expected.
Can't wait for them to beat Will and Jeremy. It'd be great. That being said, if you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. And we got a little Letterboxd challenge you can check out over here at this old website. Feel free to pause. Schedule here. Mondays Versus. That's Will and I's show. The guy that's on the kid. The kid. He's 43. The kid. Him and Jeremy lose all the time in this thing. You love him. Tuesday, Why Liv loves horror, because she loves horror, I guess. My wife won't let her watch anything scary, but she loves horror. And then Wednesday is Aaron and Wines. Thursday is the Why We Love Horror Letterboxd Challenge Watch Along show. Look, I got it all out in one time.
You got it all out in one breath.
Friday, you're watching it. It's Why We Love Horror Trivia. For myself, for Aaron, for Carrie and Chad Webb, for Brandon Dunlap, and for Austin Pez Howell, and for all the people who support us out there, this has been Why We Love Horror Trivia. We'll see you next week, hopefully.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!